Time passes whether you start or not. There will never be a perfect time to start any business, exercise routine, hobby, relationship, or family. Will there ever be a perfect time to start? No. Time passes whether you start or not. Life will always happen. So what are you waiting for? I decided to remove the banners from each blog post shown on myincomejob.com. And it's because it's too time consuming. I continue to hold myself back because one person can only do so much. So I stood back. I decided to rethink my future actions so I can continue to branch out and grow and stop holding myself back. One person can only do so much. I'm not saying I'll never create another banner again, but for each blog post on the front page of myincomejob.com, I won't be creating a banner anymore. Yes, I stopped to show you what I'm doing. I'm in the back end of one of my WordPress website accounts, myincomejob.com, in the media section. Here's my library. For the past 30 minutes, I've been deleting pictures. I've come a long way. Why are you deleting pictures? Because at least half the pictures in the back end of my media section are not being used on my website, myincomejob.com. And I pay to keep all these images active on a server. So I'm deleting all the ones I know I didn't use, and I'm going to delete more that I don't use anymore. This picture right here, that happens to be a good one. I was a deli clerk, and I remember I made the decision when I was working at the deli, I'm going to go with WordPress, not with Drupal. That was a huge decision for me. And that was the last time I looked that good until I left that job. And I mean that. I worked myself to the point that I couldn't even walk. And I didn't want to give up on my dreams. And they wanted me all or nothing. They weren't going to keep me part-time. And not unless I did all the shit hours, and it was cruel. It was mean in my opinion. Anyway, that to me, that's a good picture. Good angle, not edited. I was still proud of my home. It looked really pretty. But I feel like I look in that picture for the first time in years. I would say in the past year. I feel like I look like in that picture. I feel good in that picture. I remember taking that picture. I was like, wow, that's a good LinkedIn picture. I used that for my LinkedIn for a while. And I've come a long way. See LinkedIn right there. LinkedIn pick 2018. Wow, LinkedIn pick 2018. Holy shit. That job was going to put me in an early grave. Disgusting. Anyway, Hub Pages. I deleted a bunch of images. InfoBarrel. I used to write on websites and they would give me a piece of my AdSense earnings. Now I work directly with AdSense, as you can see here, and many other places. This is just one example. I've come a long way since 2018. I remember that defining moment. I should keep that in there. It's a nice pic. Wow. And then I went down the tubes. I was hurting myself. So half of these are going to be deleted. And why? Because I'm paying to store it on my hosting, and it's costing me more money. So I need to clean out the back end of my WordPress website. I don't need half these pictures. Now, let me go up here, images. Let me go up here, up here, up here. These are my YouTube. What I've been working on, I'm adding images in the sidebar to my own YouTube channel with the most recent videos, and I'm going to change them every 6 months. No, add the most recent ones up there. And when I do, I'm going to go back to my media and I'm going to delete them. Because if I'm not using them on my website/blog, there's no need to keep them in the media section, because the more images I have stored in my media section, the more money I have to pay for the server, because I pay for what I use. I hope that makes sense. I created a job for myself. How did I do that? It is January 17th, 2025, and I'm finally at the stage of always moving forward with my online endeavors. I'm at the stage of consistent maintenance of updating my websites and my YouTube channel to branch out online. A job position was created by building something from nothing. Working for myself motivates me to level up, grow, and branch out. Setting up a mainly automated money-generating online business gives me peace of mind as I earn money even when I'm not physically working. Developing the skills and knowledge to run an online business places the control in my hands. I had the vision and the foresight of the next generation of the internet that I saw as an opportunity to become my best employee. I've always been one of the best employees to others. Now I'm my best employee to myself. I've been a struggling entrepreneur for a long time, and I'm glad that I'm feeling it now that I'm not struggling the way I used to. All of a sudden, the lifestyle that I was working so hard for is finally rolling out slowly. It's happening in slow motion, but it's happening. I'm getting time back. That's big, because I hid it for over a decade to work by myself, isolating, to figure out how I can do this. It was something I really wanted. And it really is 20 years in the making. Everything. I'm a one-man show. And I continue to, what I did today, I was up at 6 a.m. and I said I have to tackle that last hurdle so I can always move forward. I have a little more work to do, but I put a huge dent in it today because I know how to work my system, my automated system. I know how to do everything myself. Something goes down, I take care of it. I created this, it's not all automated, but it's going to be mainly automated, which most of it is already set up working on its own, but I have to, of course, take care of it, look over it, maintain it. And it feels good. I'm getting time back. I got to put my glasses on. I don't want to babble. I did read one of my paragraphs. If you want to review the latest blog that I uploaded today, I created some content. And time's going to pass anyway. And most people want instant gratification. At least that's one thing I knew when I started. It wasn't going to be instant gratification. I knew that much. But I also didn't think it would take this long, but I never considered, it never crossed my mind all the things I would have to learn, tackle, gain the skill, and I'm missing the word, create my own automated system, but I put together a work routine for myself. I created a job title for myself, a job position. There's no question about it. I could be at an office doing what I'm doing for myself now, doing it for someone else very easily. But instead, I decided to go down the path work for free, figure it out, and see how I can do it for myself in the future. And now that future is here, and I'm doing it for myself. I have become my own employee. And that's good, because I am the best employee. I'm going to make sure it happens. I created my own job position. And with technology that's going to be around, I believe, for the rest of my life, this new I'm using AI to work side by side with me. And I've only just begun. There are some things I haven't put into play yet, put into motion, that the AI is working for me even more so. That skill, to learn which AI you can use to turn yourself into 5 people instead of 1 person. Well, that took a long time. Patience, isolation, questions answered. When you're alone, you realize you can answer your own questions. You figure things out yourself. It's just, life's very different. Like, all of a sudden, I'm getting time back. I'm finally doing the things that need to be done, not just on the internet. My life, my home, where am I headed next? I have the time to start living the way I want to live. And that includes hanging out with friends again, the people I want to hang out with. That includes making time to give to a relationship, which I really didn't want to give the time until I got to this moment. I did try a couple of times and I felt guilty. I was like, I really don't want this. I want to get where I want to be. Then I can compliment you and you can compliment me. I am getting time back. And like I said, time will always pass. I learned patience. Everything I created, I didn't receive any inheritance. This might upset some people, but I never received an inheritance yet. Nor did I ever win a lawsuit and have a big win that can jumpstart my life. I know many people over the years, at least a handful, that won some money from taking people to court. And they're living paycheck to paycheck today because they never gained a financial education. Without that financial education, you'll always live paycheck to paycheck eventually. People hit lottos, the lottery, and you hear that, they lost it all because they never had a financial education. To me, my web business will help me stay afloat comfortably, will keep in line with inflation, rising living costs over the next 3 to 4 decades for me. Well, I knew I had to, that was my vision, a part of my vision. I want money to always come in, even years down the line. I see working on these website blogs for a long time. I tweaked a lot, I fixed a lot. I'm making my future work more simple to maintain, to do, and there's a lot of, there's just so much that I needed to stop, and I said I can lessen the work and still be very productive and move forward and look impressive. That's key too. You have to have something of value, something that someone wants, something that someone wants to read, wants to follow your lead, find the information you share, something they want to join on or use, or an affiliate link, or sell a product. You can't just produce crap and be a part of a content farm. I went down that road 2 years ago. And the search engines now require back-end work to be done properly, so their search engines aren't filled with crappy search engine results. I produce the best content that I can because I want to get indexed into the search engines organically, and I'm doing it. So be patient. Not getting what you want when you want it can often lead to something much better. And that's something I look back on my life and in a handful of different scenarios, situation, life, I guess experiences. Sometimes it's good not to get what you want when you want it, because you probably didn't belong there anyway. So just move forward with your purpose, your passions, what you really love. You really love your job title, go for it. But the point is, you have to have something on the back burner and not count on always giving your time for money and giving your time to someone else for a measly paycheck, no matter what the industry, no matter what your skill, like what your, not just your passion, but what you're really good at. And I became very good at this because it goes deep. The rabbit hole of online marketing goes deep, but I didn't want to take any shortcuts. And my foundation's solid, and I'm here now. So any industry, create your own business. And you might have to work on the side, depending on the industry, with someone else, but you always have your little something on the side that you can fall back on, because if you ever lose your job, you have something to fall back on. I could go on and on. I hope you enjoy the video. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot of opportunities out there if you really want it. And if you want to follow my lead with the online business, continue to watch my videos. Just continue to perfect your skills, gain more knowledge, become an expert in the industry, in the field that you enjoy, and just keep pushing forward and become better. And eventually, people will start not only take notice, but start following you. And that's the point. That's a good thing. So until the next video clip, never give up. If I can do it, you can do it too. See you in the next video clip.